Hey, good morning, and welcome back to another episode of the Grind Podcast. Obviously, I am recording this in the morning, wherever you are, whatever time you're listening. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I appreciate you joining me. I've got a good topic to talk about today, one that's very timely for us as entrepreneurs. There's a spin to this that works for real estate investors as well, so I'll make sure I touch on that as we're going. And the topic is all about the mindset of abundance versus scarcity. And I'm not, before you even say, man, I've heard this so many times, and everybody says, be abundant and don't be scarce, and things come to you, get repaid all tenfold. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about the little flittery stuff out here about how to be positive mindset. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about specifically, how do we as business owners practice the mindset of abundance in the face of adversity, meaning like I have an opportunity to do business and I'm going to do business with somebody that maybe doesn't respect me, maybe doesn't respect my business, maybe doesn't respect my team, whatever it ends up being. Maybe they've said something to me that is, we'll just call it ill-timed, ill-advised. Clearly, they may not respect me or my business, but yet they've got money, and doing business with them puts that money into my pocket. I earn a profit. I'm able to generate revenue and operate going forward. I'm able to grow and reach the reason I'm in business in the first place. So what does it mean when we as entrepreneurs have to practice this abundance mindset and avoid scarcity mindset in the face of decisions that look, they go counter to what it is we're supposed to do as business owners. They run counter to our objectives. Our objective is to be able to generate income and be able to generate sales. So how do we make these decisions? And it's look, I've got a couple of examples I'll tell you and how we reached our decisions, and maybe it's going to help you, because this is a real life issue that you're going to face at some point as a small business owner, as an entrepreneur, as a family business owner. It doesn't really matter. You're going to face this scenario no matter what business, no matter what industry, no matter what setup you have. And here's the deal: when a client does not, I'll start here. When a client does not think that you provide the value they need, but you provide a service, perhaps you provide a product that they want, and they're respectful about it. Maybe they don't view you as highly as you view you. Maybe they don't view the service you provide as highly as you do, but they still need and want that service. That's a scenario where you get to pick and choose, and there's nothing wrong with saying yes or no. I mean, it's just somebody that has a different opinion than you. Where it gets really black and white is when somebody says, I'm doing business with you, but I don't like you. I'm doing business with you, but I don't like your product. I'm going to do business with you, but I don't like the way you deliver your service. Okay. That's where you have to decide as an entrepreneur, is this dollar worth taking or not? And believe it or not, more times than we can imagine, that actually happens. That scenario actually takes place with us as a company here. We often will get investors that come in, and this is on a daily basis. Investors come in and say that 20 years in the business, your reputation is, at this level, it's stellar. I want to do business with you. I have no trust issues. I've overcome, any anxieties I have. I still want you to perform. I'm not taking it on faith. You still have to do your part, but I'm all in. And then every once in a while, we'll have somebody that'll come in and say that I like what you do, but I think that perhaps you overprice yourself. Perhaps you charge too much for the services you provide. If you've ever faced that as an entrepreneur, I can tell you this much, that is a client that you don't need. That's a client that does not value what you do and what you bring. You get to set your prices, and you get to set the way you're going to deliver your goods and services for the price you charge. And if somebody doesn't see value in that, that's okay. but you don't have to take their money just because they want to give it to you. If they don't value what you bring or how you're going to bring it to them, you don't have to give it to them. As a business that wants to grow their client base, and we've already discussed, as we all know, the best client to get is an existing client. I mean, if you can get an existing client to buy from you over and over and over again, you've got a sustainable, growing business. But if at the very beginning, the relationship is established that they like your product, but they think you may overprice it a little bit, you have to overcome that objection with them before you can move forward. You cannot afford, as a business owner, you don't have to sell something to somebody that says, it's good, I want to buy it, but I think it may be a little overpriced. That's not a good place to start from. As a business owner, you don't have to say yes. That's one of those that you can put the brakes on and say, let's wait before we move forward, do business together. And this happens, guys, across every industry out there. I've got a good friend that owns a dry cleaning business, and it was very interesting that he charges a pretty good price to have a shirt cleaned. He charges a pretty good price to have pants cleaned. And he's a little bit higher than your average laundromat. He's a little higher than your average laundry service. He's not more convenient. That's not it. He does all his work in-house. So he doesn't ship things out elsewhere to get done. He does everything right there in-house. He's not quite as quick as everyone else, but he's not too far off as far as the timing goes. But to him, the convenience of you as a customer knowing at all times where your clothes are, the way he treats every customer come through there, knowing their name and building real relationships, because every single week they bring their clothes into him, he believes that he's providing a value. What's interesting is that anybody that comes in and says, I think you're a little overpriced, or I sure do wish you, didn't charge so much per shirt, I wish you charged a little bit less, he lets them know that that's okay. You can take your clothes and go elsewhere. No, I want you to clean them. I just thought you might be a little high priced. No. It's okay. You can take your clothes elsewhere. I don't need to launder these and make this dollar to run my machines to have you tell me that you think that I'm not providing the right value and I'm overpriced. This is a man who stands by his principles, and I love him for it. But I've got another one that's just as good with some friends of ours that own a restaurant here in Memphis. A lot of people, especially if you're in Memphis or in Germantown, you'll know who Pepe is. And Pepe and his son Jonathan own two restaurants here in town called Deli Mexicana, and Los Tortugas is they kind of have two names there, and they provide some of the. It's amazing, authentic food. Mexico City fare is the way they describe it, the way they call it. And it's made with love. It's made with attention to detail. They avoid bringing in big, processed foods. They try and buy things directly from local farmers, from local food sources, local food markets. Let me tell you something. They know, and they'll tell you our prices, they're expensive. And, I've talked with Pepe so many times. We eat there so often, and he's kind of funny. He's very, very proud of what he provides, but he's super aware of the comments that get made about his cuisine, that it's overpriced and that it is, you can go down the street to another Mexican restaurant and buy, a plate of food for a lot less than what you can get, handmade tacos, custom-made tacos and tortugas from their location. When somebody walks in and says, Pepe, I want, why don't you have cheese sauce? I want some nachos. He will gladly let you know that you either get tacos or you get out, one or the other. And probably in no uncertain terms either. That's pretty much the way that Pepe would tell you straight up, that he says, I don't make nachos. I don't make burritos that I pour a bunch of sauce over. We don't make beans and rice and, the Tex-Mex fairies. I make Mexico City food. I make tacos like you can get on the street at an authentic Mexican, tortuga shop. This is real from where I grew up. I put my lifeblood into this. I buy the best sources of food I can get. I provide the freshest food I can put out there on the plate for somebody. And I charge a price appropriately so that I make a living and all of my people that work for me make a living. And he allows no one to question that ever. I have seen him refuse to take an order from somebody because of comments they make at the register about how expensive they are. I can't believe you charge this much for a tortuga, which is a sandwich. And he says, believe it because it's that good. And let me know when you want to come in and treat me and my team with respect for what we put out, because today I'm not taking your order. I saw a woman at one point while I was in the restaurant go up and ask him if he would give her some more sauce that they have there. And he said, sure, throw a quarter down on the counter. I'll get you a little sauce. And she says, what do you mean throw? She's like, why would you charge me to give me more sauce? And he looks at her and says, do you think that this is free? I hand make this sauce back here. I put the ingredients in. I've got the little cup I'm going to put in. Every single thing back here, including the people making it, cost money. Why do you want me to give you what I do for free? And he's right. And that's the attitude you have to take as an entrepreneur with the business that you are providing. Of if you're providing a service that you believe in, if you're passionate about what you do, and you believe that you are providing real value or something that is valuable, then you have the right to charge whatever you want to charge for it. And no one has the right to question you for it. They have the right to not buy it. They have the right to not do business with you, and you have the right to not do business with them. See, an abundance mentality, the one I'm talking about, is somebody that says, I believe so fervently in what I do and in my team that I will not let somebody come in and question what we do, how we do it, the price we charge for it. I just won't. Now, that's different than somebody giving you a critique. I'm your client. This is what I think about this. That wasn't quite up to my level of expectation. That's different. That's where you learn about what you can do better. The person that walks in and says, I just think you're overpriced. I mean, why would you charge this much? I can go down the street and get a better sandwich. They said, then get down the street. Go get it. Somebody says, I can go, to the cleaners across the street and save 50 cents per shirt. How quickly can you get there? I'll go stop traffic to get you across the street so you can get your shirts in there for 50 cents cheaper because I provide a valuable service right here to my clients. This is the type of mentality we have to have as entrepreneurs, that we're so passionate about what we do and we're so passionate about our teams that we're willing to listen to the feedback that says, hey, this is how you may have missed my expectations. We also want to listen to the feedback that says you exceeded my expectations. All right. And in the end, we blend those two together to say, this is where we're doing well. This is what we might be able to improve on. And we want to be great at the services we provide. We want to provide them at a cost that is real value. And then the one person that walks in and says, I don't think you're up to par. I don't think that you provide a service that I'm going to really value and benefit from, but I want to do business with you anyway. See you later. That's the person that you politely let them know that if they don't value what you do, then why in the world would they want to do business with you? And why would you want to provide a service or a product to somebody that doesn't value that service or product or the way you deliver it? Why in the world would you want to do business with me? Perhaps either you really don't like it, which is crazy to me in the first place. So why are you moving forward? And that's okay. You need to move on. Or this is your natural disposition and you're going to be negative about everything. And that's going to cause me time and headaches down the road. And I don't want to deal with that later anyway. Stand up for yourself. Be proud of what you do. Price it accordingly. Provide real value for the price you charge. And have an abundance mindset. There's always somebody else out there ready to do business with you that values what you provide. Don't ever sell yourself short. Don't ever cut yourself short. Don't ever do business with somebody that doesn't value you, your team, your product, or your service. That is the fastest way to developing a truly abundant mindset and attracting to you the people who do value you. Guys, I hope that's helpful today. It's something that's been on my mind. I've wanted to talk about now for a little while because we are true believers that providing a valuable product at a right price is the way you grow your business. I appreciate you guys joining me today. I can't wait for the next episode. I got a lot of awesome topics to talk about in the next few weeks. So look, I'm going to be here doing my thing. You do your thing. And until we meet again, commit to the grind. We'll see you.